debate that not everyone is an entrepreneur, or it can even be learned. This young man do believe that indeed not everyone can be an entrepreneur. But with regards to why, we'll get to find out. He is a dynamic young man in the person of Mr. Daniel Owusu, and he is a senior programs manager, enterprise support, and transaction advisory. It's a pleasure having you on Baobab Entrepreneurship Session.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Let's begin with Ghana Digital Innovation Week. How do you picture the event? Is it an amazing one? You have been here day 1, day 2, day 3, and you usually facilitated some sessions. How will you describe this event?
I would say it's one of the biggest platforms to churn out the activation of the digital space and also the work that people are doing, putting spotlights on that. And we are also privileged, my organization is also privileged to be part of the organizers to bring it to light in partnership with GIZ. And I also say that this platform is an avenue also to give room for innovators to also get validation and also get to have access to an immediate market, build a community, and also build a pipeline for future sales and also other engagement or collaborate for other bigger stuff. So GDIW has come to stay. We're in the 4th year. And all we need is more partners come on board so that we can scale it to a wider audience and also do more as part of the regional tours that we're doing. So GDIW is a place to be, it's a platform to be built and to be sustained for longer years.
In 3 words, how would you describe GIW? Just 3 words. 3 words.
Innovative. Platform. Launchpad.
Interesting. Now let us tailor our discussion to the various digital tools. There are lots of entrepreneurs out there who probably have ideas about the various digital tools, but they don't have access to it or how to even use them. What message do you have for such individuals?
I would say that the future started yesterday. So if you are in there and you know what you are looking for, and you know that you don't want to do business in the dark, and these digital tools will be an avenue to launchpad you to a wider market. It can be as simple as using Canva to design your products, to market your products. It's easy to also use Facebook to even churn out content, create a Facebook market, create an Instagram shop, create a TikTok shop, and all that, just to get access to wider market from your store or from your online shop that you are doing at a small scale. I'll also say that you also leverage on digital tools to even do your inventory, even manage your bookkeeping, and also manage your operation, your processes as an organizer, irrespective of the size of your business. There's always a free version and a paid version, so you can work through, and most importantly, make use of Google to search for tools to be of help for you.
Now, how you strongly believe that not everyone is an entrepreneur. Why do you support that motion?
So we have a lot of entrepreneurs who are situational entrepreneurs, who are in survival mode entrepreneurs, and have a die-hard entrepreneurs. So situational in the context of he or she might not have had a job to do, so then let entrepreneurship in quotes become my access point. And this emanated actively from 2019, before COVID or post-COVID thereabout, where it became that if you don't get employment, go into entrepreneurship, making it feel as if it's a lesser pathway for you to make money or for you to be somebody. But entrepreneurship is much difficult than being a 9-to-5 person. And it takes passion, it takes resilience, it takes forward thinking, system thinking to solve a core need, to solve a core need for people that will be able to use on a daily, not a face value or not a one-off thing. But that is how come people will start and fold. Entrepreneurs are long haul. So if you don't have that bandwidth to go on a long haul, it's not for you.
Meaning one has to do a lot of learning in another way.
Yeah, because whatever you are doing, you need to be a master of whatever you are, because you are providing a service. You don't understand the service you are providing. Then what you are rather misinforming the audience, or you are finding any which way to do what, to just make money and move ahead. But if you become a thought leader in your space, in your product design, in your service, in your approach, and even identifying the core need of your target audience. Most people have one product for everybody. That is wrong. And every entrepreneur creates a product for one person. The pain point of one person that cascade down to similar individuals in that space to now get to the end, the solution that you are creating for the end game. So it's not for everybody, and also don't see entrepreneurship as an escape route. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
Entrepreneurship is obviously not for the weak. If you are venturing into it, be ready to do the work. Now, talk to us more about the entrepreneurship chat box. What is it about? Is it an AI? How does it operate?
Yeah, basically it's an AI platform that have been created, powered by GIZ, and technically designed and developed by M-Notify. So we realize that every business, every sector has a policy binding or guiding them to operate. And most entrepreneurs have no idea what to do. I take an example. Someone might leave his house or home and go to FDA that's going to do a license, only to get there and get to know that, go back and go and bring A, B, and C, which if the person had known, would have even skipped a lot of time and all that. So this is also more of a conversational platform that will help you understand the policies, will help you understand the requirements of a sector. So he has a sector, he has the agency. So if you pick FDA as an agency and you pick agriculture, everything about FDA related to agriculture, you get to have it. So it's more of a plug and play, a web platform for now that anybody can go. It's GEP, www.gepbot.com. It's like the interface has like how ChatGPT is. You can queue in whatever you want to know about a sector. It will pull everything for you to know. There's also a building for a voice version that I can do, and also we are working to also inculcate the local language in there. So it's not about just English. You can also ask your local language, and it will generate feedback for you. It's very easy because it's one thing to assume you know the policies. The other thing to know that you are far off from the policy, and that disconnect between the policymaker and the entrepreneurs. The policy chatbot serves as an avenue for you to scale. And lastly, so far as you're in that sector and you're operating, the policymaker assumes you know what is best. So it's an avenue for you to make use of it, learn more about it, and also take.
You did facilitate one of, I think yesterday you have been facilitating, right? Today too you did facilitate. One of the areas you saw was from research to commercialization. What was it about? How important is research when it comes to the innovation or entrepreneurship sector?
So as part of the work of Impact Investing Ghana, supported by RISA Fund, one of the key things we've realized that there's a disconnect between academia and the industry. And you all, because of time, just to give you a fair idea, you all realize that during the university days, you only do your project work after you shelf it, right, on the, just to pass your exams and go. But it might have been a good research that when it takes to next steps, you can now make it commercially viable, get investment, do a prototype and all that to scale, right? So that's one of the key things we are doing to champion that conversation and bringing in other respective stakeholders to also come and help move around. So now on university campus and other places, that we call the TTOs, the technology transfer officers, who are now helping students, lecturers, and other industry players to now redefine their research work into a tangible product, into a tangible service, into something that can be commercially skilled and also make money out of it whilst bringing the benefits and impact to the market and to the ecosystem.
Now, let's look at marketing or branding per se. Most entrepreneurs do produce their products, but branding becomes an issue. How relevant is branding in this field?
It's very key if you want to have a top of mind awareness as a business. If you want to build your brand positioning, branding is very key. If you want to be known for one thing or for what you are doing, branding is very important. And from your color, the name of your business, the fonts you are using, the platforms that you are changing, because the name gives people how to easily remember. Let's play a simple role. If you go to an event and you see the whole place colored yellow, what comes to mind?
Yellow.
What comes to mind? MTN. Because the brand identity or the color code of MTN is yellow. So top of mind awareness, you get to connect the dots. It's like saying Pepsodent, but you have other products instead of paste, other close up and all that. So the top of mind awareness is very important. And branding also goes by the design, your logo, the font I mentioned again, the color codes, the platform you engage on, the icons you use to form an identity of the and even your packaging is awesome, because on the shelf you get to see multiple products of the same ingredients, but it's the packaging that will inform you to buy A or B. You can go to a shop and see, let's say, a juice in a plain bottle with just a small sticker for, let's say, 50 cedis. You see the same juice, but being packaged well and selling for 800 cedis. Which one will you buy? Because appearance is key, right? So that's what people call packaging. So also, your packaging also exude value, exude something more called premium.
Sometimes when you package your product to a certain extent, it becomes costly because you have invested in the packaging as well. Some people feel, no, I wouldn't purchase this at this amount. Why should I buy it? They forget that the packaging and all that plays a pivotal role in the pricing aspects. How do we change the mindset of people?
Once again, your product is not for everybody. If you go to a Gucci shop, you don't ask for reduction. If you go to a shop by the roadside, you go and negotiate prices. But if you enter a shop, they put a price tag to it. It's buy it or leave. So those that know the value of what they are buying or the brand that they are engaging, they don't ask for reduction. You get me? So, and they are in tiers. Start from somewhere. That is where you build your journey as a business. You understand? Some brands that you know today, they didn't come up as it is today. It built from a journey. If you watch the old Coca-Cola bottle and the now Coca-Cola bottle, it's not the same. It started from somewhere. So it's what we call brand refresh and rebranding. It's two different things. So brand refresh is now giving a facelift to your products. That also affects the price of the products. So you get to be schooled a bit on that before you do that. So don't jump because people are jumping, but jump because you are intentional about your products and its packaging. Because if you want to do exports, you can't take any other like this or any unstructured design, even for licensing. It will fly, right? So you also learn from those who are ahead to inform what you are doing.
Now, you mentioned something that caught my interest in terms of finding a name for your brand. There are some names that actually give an identity to your product or what you do. However, it's kind of complex for people to pronounce it. When you find yourself in such situation, should you change the brand name or you should work with it? Because people might not recall your brand name.
That is the first or the fundamental thing to do. Your brand name should be easily to remember, easily to be mentioned, easily to be spelled, easily to be found. So why, if you observe the big brands, Apple, easy to remember, easy to spell, easy to see, easy to connect the dot to. If you get to see MTN, 3-letter words, Samsung, you know what I'm trying to say? So they are intentional about it. Some even come in a form of an icon. So why do you want to do yours bigger? Once upon there used to be a brand called Price Waterhouse Coopers. It was long. But they saw and did a brand refresh to PwC. There used to be Ernest and Young. They refreshed and the EY. So even if the big brands are doing it easier for you to mention, easier for you to remember, why you on one side? You get it? So it's very important that, and also if you don't, you have a writer blog or name blog, ask friends or ask yourself, what do you want your product to be known for? And also there's a difference between brand and product. You know what I'm trying to say? So you have to know and all that.
Now, before we let go of you, what message do you have to young entrepreneurs out there and those that aren't into business yet but have the dream of getting or venturing into businesses?
So first of all, for those who are put in the work, your business is not your pitches, it's not your PowerPoint slides. It goes beyond that. And also get the patience to learn from people on the ground, and also invest in your area, because if you are even selling sobolo or you're even selling cassava, you can spend, there's more than 27 iterations you can do on cassava. So, but we only know cassava for gari here, cassava for fufu, but it can, so it means that invest in what you are doing in order to scale and pivot. But for those who want also to come in, once again, it's very important to understand the markets you want to be in, do a comparative analysis, get to see the trend, where it's going, get to have a footfall in what you are doing in order to scale. Don't just jump in without knowing what you want to do. If not, it's much better you stay home or keep to whatever you are doing and don't even venture entrepreneurship.
Thank you very much for speaking with Baobab Entrepreneur. We appreciate your time and do enjoy the rest of the program.